real. She grabbed the clay pot she used for dried fish, poured the meat inside, and covered it with a cloth. Then she lay down and cried silently till morning. Double life, daytime blessing, nighttime terror. From that night on, the midnight summons came every single night. At 12 a.m., her eyes would fly open. Her body would rise and dress itself in that white and red wrapper. Mama Ivy or another witch would appear. In a blink, she'd be in the forest. Every night, there was a new delicacy. Liver, still slightly warm. Kidneys. Roasted fingers. Once, a whole hand, roasted like suya, fingers still intact. Another time, a single eye. Every night, she pretended to eat and secretly hid what she could. Her secret pot grew fuller and fuller. During the day, life improved exactly as promised. The Royal Sister Circle contributed 50,000 Nigerian nairas to help her start a small provision shop. Mama Ivy arranged for her to get a prime stall in Ikosa Market. Other coven members sent customers her way. Within 2 months, Osori paid her rent. Within 3 months, her children were back in school with uniforms and new books. Within 4 months, they ate 3 times a day. By day, she looked like a woman whose prayers had been answered. By night, she lived in a horror movie. She tried once to resist. She prayed before bed. She tied her legs to the bed with rope. She wrapped herself in blankets. At midnight, her body simply untied the rope, dropped the blanket, and walked straight through the wall. She belonged to them now. 6 months passed like that. 6 months of nightly feasting she never truly joined. 6 months of hiding human flesh in a pot. 6 months of success in business. 6 months of dying inside. The demand for a child. One night, as the coven gathered, Mama Yuwa stood and pointed at her. "Oseriman Omaruyi," she said. "You have been with us for 6 months. Your business is doing well. Your children are in school. Your life has changed. Is that not so?" Osori nodded slowly, dread pulling in her stomach. "It is time," Mama Yuwa said, "for you to bring your offering. Your meat. Your contribution." The forest fell silent. All eyes turned toward her. What kind of meat?" she asked, though she already knew. Mama Ivy stood, smiling that terrible smile. "One of your children," she said calmly. "Choose one of your 4. Bring the child. We will feast. That is the price. All of us have paid it. You want me to sacrifice my own child?" Osori choked out. "Of course," Mama Ivy said, as if it were obvious. "Did you think you were special? Did you think you could take and not give? Every woman here has done it." She pointed them out. Mommy Beatrice brought her niece 3 months ago. Mama Itohon brought her grandson last week. Queen Amens brought a child 2 years ago. That is why she became the Oba's favorite wife. We all contribute. Now it is your turn." Osori shot to her feet, knocking her chair over. "No," she cried. "You people are mad. I never ate your meat. I've been hiding it. Every piece you gave me is in my house. I never wanted this. You tricked me. You lied. I came to you to save my children, how can I now kill them?" The coven murmured in shock. "You've been hiding the meat." Mama Ivy snarled. "Not eating it?" "Yes." Osori shouted, tears streaming down her face. "I didn't participate. And I will never, ever sacrifice my children. I'd rather die." Mama Yuwa's eyes narrowed. "The same kind of mother all of us are," she said. "Sacrifice brings power. Blood brings wealth. I don't want your wealth." Osori screamed. "Not with blood. You have no choice," Mama Ivy snapped. "You drank the blood. You signed the book. Refuse, and we will kill you and all 4 of your children. We will eat your entire family. Is that what you want?" Osori's mind raced. She had never felt so trapped. Then, a thought, better to die fighting than to live as a monster. She took a shaky breath. Give me time, she said quietly. Give me 1 week to decide which child to bring. Mama Yua smiled. 7 days, she said. After 7 days, you bring your offering, or all of you die. The confession at the palace. When she returned home that night, she didn't sleep. She watched her 4 children, peaceful, snoring softly, trusting that their mother would protect them. She knew what she had to do, even if it cost her life. 3 days later, she woke before dawn. She sent her children to school with the last money she had for lunch. Then she went to her secret corner and pulled out the big clay pot. It was full. Liver. Kidneys. Chunks of flesh. Roasted hands and feet. That one horrible eye. None of it had rotted. Whatever dark power preserved it was still at work. She wrapped the pot in cloth, lifted it onto her head, and walked straight to the palace of Oba Ihiseji of Ogbikon. At the palace gate, she began to shout. I am a witch. I am a witch. I have come to confess to the Oba. People stopped in their tracks. Some screamed. Others ran. Everyone in Ogbikon knew, witches bring death and disaster. The palace guards tried to push her away, but she fought. I must see the Oba. I must confess. They finally dragged her into the palace courtyard, where Oba Ihiseji sat with his chiefs, discussing community matters. He was an elderly man, dressed in rich coral beads and royal robes, his staff of office beside him. What is the meaning of this? He thundered. Who are you? Why this madness? Osori fell to her knees, tears pouring down her face. My Oba, my father, forgive me, she cried. My name is Oseriman Omarui. I am a witch. I have come to confess everything. The entire courtyard went silent. She lowered the pot from her head, set it on the ground, and removed the covering. A sickening smell rushed out. People covered their noses, some backing away. My Oba, she said, voice shaking, this pot contains the meat they gave me. Human flesh. For 6 months they have been giving it to me. I never ate it. I kept everything because I knew it was evil. Then she told them everything. How she'd gone to Mama Ivy. How she'd signed the Book of Shadows and drunk the initiation wine. How the Black Wings Coven met every midnight. How they killed people, caused accidents, spread sickness. How they demanded she sacrifice one of her children. And then she started naming names. Mommy Beatrice Omaregt, the pastor's wife, she is a member. Mama Ito Hon, women's leader in the church, she is a member. Queen Amens, your third wife, my Oba, she is a member. Mama Id from the motor park. Mama Amen, Mama Osahon, the market leaders. The Oba's eyes widened. My own wife, he whispered. You say Queen Amens is part of this abomination? Yes, my Oba, Osori said. And she sacrificed your son, Prince Igosa, who died 8 months ago. They said it was illness. It wasn't. She brought him to the coven. They killed him. They ate him. They gave me his kidney. She pointed to the pot. His kidney is there. The Oba swayed as if he would fall. One of the chiefs spoke up. This is madness. How do we know she's not lying? Maybe grief has spoiled her mind. Test me, Osori cried. Bring your staff of office. Let me swear by it. If I'm lying, let thunder strike me dead now. The Oba looked at the staff, an ancient symbol of power, consecrated by generations of priests. In Ogbikon, it was feared, whoever lied while swearing on it faced instant judgment. Bring the staff, the Oba ordered. A chief brought it. Carved from old wood, crowned with brass, decorated with charms. Hold it and repeat after me, the Oba said. If I am lying about anything I have said, may thunder strike me dead right now. Osori grabbed the staff with both hands. If I am lying, she said clearly, may thunder strike me dead right now. Everyone held their breath. Nothing happened. The staff had accepted her oath. The Oba's face hardened. Send my guards, he commanded. Bring all the women she has named. Bring them now. Judgment of the witches. Within an hour, the courtyard was full of women. Mama Ivy. Mommy Beatrice, pastor's wife. Mama Itohon. Queen Amens. Mama Id. Other church women and market leaders. All the respected women of Ogbikon, now standing together, faces arranged in innocent shock. This woman, the Oba said, pointing at Osori, accuses you of witchcraft. She says you belong to a coven called Black Wings. She says you kill people and eat their flesh. What do you say? Mama Ivy stepped forward with righteous anger. My Oba, this is nonsense, she cried. We are the Royal Sister Seko, a cooperative that helps widows. We are not witches. This is an attack from the devil. Mommy Beatrice clutched her Bible. I am a pastor's wife, she protested. A woman of God. How can I be a witch? Queen Amens dropped to her knees, tears streaming. My husband, my Oba, you know me, she sobbed. How can you believe these lies? The Oba stared at them. If you are innocent, he said coldly, then you will not fear to swear by my staff. Come. Hold it. Swear that you are not witches, that you don't belong to any coven, that you have never killed anyone. Fear flickered in their eyes. Well, the Oba demanded. Who will go first? One of the boldest women, Mama Amen, marched forward. This is foolishness, she said, grabbing the staff. I swear that I am not. She never finished the sentence. The sky, which had been clear moments ago, suddenly darkened. Thunder rumbled. In an instant, a bolt of lightning tore from the clouds and smashed into Mama Amen. Boom. She convulsed violently, foam spilling from her mouth. Her body twisted unnaturally. Her skin charred black. Smoke rose from her hair. Then she collapsed. Dead. Her face frozen in a silent scream. The courtyard exploded in shrieks. Some women tried to run, but the guards blocked the exits. Nobody moves, the Oba roared. Anyone who runs is guilty. He pointed at the staff. Who else wants to prove their innocence? Come and hold it. Not one woman moved. They knew. Finally, Mama Ivy broke. She dropped to her knees, wailing. Oba, please, she cried. Have mercy. Don't make us touch the staff. We will confess. We will confess everything. The damn best. They all began talking at once, confessing, begging. Mama Ivy admitted she'd been initiated 20 years earlier. She'd sacrificed her sister's children and her daughter-in-law's pregnancies. Mommy Beatrice confessed to using spiritual power to cause accidents, spread sickness, and ruin businesses. Mama Itohon admitted she cursed children with mental illness when their parents offended her. Queen Amens confessed the worst of all, she had taken Prince Egosa, the Oba's own son, as an offering to secure her position as his favorite wife. The Oba's face was full of pain. My son, he whispered. You killed my son. Queen Amens could not look at him. She lay on the ground, sobbing. The confessions went on for hours. Every curse. Every murder. Every evil they had done in secret. By that time, half of Ogbikon had gathered outside the palace, listening in horror. When it was finally over, the Oba stood. What you have done, he said, voice trembling with anger and grief, is unforgivable. You brought death to this land. You killed our children, our husbands, our brothers. You used your positions as church leaders, market leaders, even as my own wife, to do abominations. He paused. The punishment for witchcraft is death. But I will not shed more blood in this kingdom. Instead. His voice turned iron. I banish you. All of you. From today, you must leave Ogbikon. You will never return? Not you, not your children, not your grandchildren, not even your descendants up to the 14th generation. If any of you steps into this land again, thunder will strike you down, just like Mama Amen. This is my decree. The women screamed and begged, but the Oba was unmoved. Guards dragged them away. Their belongings were thrown out of their houses. Their families disowned them. By sunset, they were gone, scattered to other towns and states, carrying their shame with them. When the pastor heard that his wife was a witch, he packed his things the same night and vanished. No one saw him again. Punishment and mercy for Oseriman. Then the Oba turned to Osori, still kneeling, shaking, tears drying on her cheeks. Oseriman Omaruyi, he said. You also confessed to being part of this coven. You drank their blood. You attended their meetings. Yes, my Oba, she whispered. I know. I'm ready for whatever punishment you give me. One chief stepped forward. My Oba, he said, this woman is different. She did not eat the meat. She kept everything. She refused to sacrifice her children, even though they threatened her. She risked her life to expose them. Many people are alive today because she chose truth over fear. Another chief nodded. She was a widow, desperate, tricked in her pain. Yes, she made a terrible mistake joining them, but she never truly became one of them. The courtyard murmured. The Oba looked at Osori for a long time, then sighed. Oseriman Omaruyi, he said, I will not kill you. I will not harm your children. But what you did, even in ignorance, cannot be ignored. He lifted his staff. I sentence you to 6 months of ostracization. For 6 months, you will be like a leper in this land. No one will speak to you. No one will buy from you or sell to you. No one will help you. You will survive on your own. If you endure this with humility, you will be pardoned and restored. Do you accept? Osori bowed her head. Yes, my Oba. Thank you for your mercy. 6 months in the wilderness. The next 6 months were the hardest of her life. Other than the midnight meetings. Other than hunger. In the market, people turned away from her. Sellers refused to sell to her. Neighbors shut their doors when she walked by. Children pointed and whispered, that's the witch's children. My mommy said we shouldn't play with them. But Osori endured. Her late husband had left a small farm plot. She and her children planted okra, ugu pumpkin leaves, tomatoes, and pepper. They survived on what they grew, sometimes going to bed hungry. Her youngest cried often because of the insult at school. Sometimes, at night, when her children were asleep, Osori herself would quietly sob into her wrapper. But whenever she felt like giving up, she remembered. The purple fire. The roasted flesh. The demand for her child. The screams of the people the coven had killed. And she would whisper, I will not be like them. I will not become a monster. Slowly, painfully, the 6 months passed. Restoration and a new beginning. Finally, the Oba sent messengers to call her. Back in the palace courtyard, he faced her once more. Oseriman Omaruyi, he said, you have completed your punishment. From today, you are fully pardoned. No one may call you a witch again. Anyone who insults you or mistreats you because of this will answer to me. He turned to the chiefs. I also decree that she shall be assisted. The palace began sending monthly food items, small amounts of money, help for her children's school needs. A new, young pastor arrived at their church, one who had heard the story. He publicly prayed for Osori and her children, asking God to break any remaining spiritual chains, and told the church, if you reject this woman, you reject mercy. She chose truth over evil. People began to greet her again. Slowly, customers returned to her store. Her business grew, not with sudden witchcraft, but with steady, honest work. Life was not perfect. Some people still whispered behind her back. Some still muttered, once a witch, always a witch. But she was free. Her children were alive. The coven was gone. In time, her children grew. Not rich overnight, but honest and hardworking. They never forgot what their mother had done to protect them. In Ogbikon, the story of Oseriman Omoruyi became a legend. The moral of the story. People used her story to warn their children and grandchildren. There are no real shortcuts in life. Desperation can push you into dangerous hands. Evil often wears a friendly face, sometimes even a religious one. When something seems too good to be true, it usually is. The love of a good mother would choose truth and sacrifice over wealth and comfort. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more African story.